At the roundabout, take the third exit. Then at the roundabout, take the second exit and keep left. In 100 miles, turn right. That's a joke. You see, Sat Navs is a beautiful thing. You don't need to have been to a location before. You don't need to have a knowledge of what that place looks like. All you need to do to get to where you're going is to employ that beautiful creation called Sat Nav. You type your location and then you tick that button, start, and then it begins to direct your path. It tells you step by step guide, the number of distance you need to drive, the turning you need to make, the position you need to stay on the road. And you need to carefully follow these instructions to arrive at your destination correctly and on time. If you need to be on a particular lane on the road and you are on a wrong lane, you are more likely to miss the next turn. And if you struggle to find yourself achieving the next turn, you are more likely to have caused harm to some other road users or to some other or to yourself or even to your vehicle. So to arrive safely, to arrive on time, and to arrive accurately, you need to follow the sat nav in the totality of every instruction given by the sat nav. Now let's bring this home. God gave us a sat nav. Now no one knows the end from the beginning other than God. The sat nav knows where you are going to. It's the end that you haven't been. You put in that details in the sat nav. You have provided an end. But unlike human, we don't even have an end. But we can capture an end because God gives vision of the heart. We have a vision of a tomorrow. So we have an end. We have a vision we have captured in our heart. We have an end. And in the light of this, God, by the Spirit in us, the Spirit of the living God in us, that He has given to us because we are born again, by that Spirit, He begins to direct. Join this church, join this workforce, you know, speak to this person, join yourself to this chariot, become friends with these people, you know, don't go out today, change that dress, stop working with this person, read this book, open this page of the Bible, you know. And then He provides you pastors and teachers. Scripture talk about shepherds after God's own heart. And these are sat nav instructions, guide. They guide you. And as you follow instructions, the leading of the Spirit, you follow the leading of the Spirit. As you follow, you draw nearer to that destination. Now, but if you've used sat nav before, like an experience I have, I'm so familiar with my way to work, and I was so confident that no, 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 it's just going to work. So this very day, I just choose not to use my sat nav, and I was driving, and of course, I know my way to work. But you see, what I don't know was that something has happened to the way I think I know. The road ahead is blocked. I'm not aware. I wasn't using sat nav. Now I got to the end of the road blocked, and there was no way to go. I don't know what next turn to take. Of course, the road I know is blocked. You see, but if I had used the sat nav would immediately have provided me a different route. Now I thought I'd learned my lesson, and another time again. This time, prior to when I learned that lesson, I said every time I drive now, I must use my sat nav. Now this time, I was using sat nav, and the sat nav is advising me to take a different route. And I'm like, what's wrong with this sat nav? Why would you be providing me with a route that is this long? I just felt it was probably, an internet miscalculation or something is just not going on well with the software. Funny me, you know. I I started driving to work. What I didn't know also was that the road ahead is blocked. The sat nav knew that the road ahead is blocked. He has provided me with a different route. I was disobedient. And then I found myself at the block end. Now, of course, patient sat nav, he routed me. And I learned another thing, the patience of the sat nav. The sat nav, if it has a mind of its own, will be wondering, this guy, why is he not listening to me? I know the road ahead is blocked. But you see, even at that, the sat nav was patient enough to reroute me. Do you know that after I was rerouted, I still did not follow another road I thought was a better alternative? And then I got there again, I was a blocked traffic. And then the sat nav rerouted me. And then I learned a lesson. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. He said, in all thy ways, acknowledge him. Acknowledge him, and he will direct your path in all your ways. All, excluding none. All, you know, the ones you are a professor in, the ones you are an expert, and the ones you are not. You see, oftentimes people excel in things they don't know compared to things they know. Oftentimes people do well. In fact, oftentimes people get God's kind of result in things in areas of their weakness. Because in those areas they call and cry unto God. But you see, in the areas where they think is their strength, they go all out in the capacity of their understanding and they miss out in the juiciness of the instruction of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit guides and is patient to redirect you. He guides you, he counsels. He wants you to get to your destination and is patient enough to keep rerouting and rerouting you. But you must know, when you are being rerouted, you're wasting time. You're wasting time. The journey was supposed to be 19 minutes. You went on your own understanding. And when you get to the end of your way, the Holy Spirit came in, you cried unto God, then He routed you. There's an extra 25 minutes added to the journey. You see, now 19 minutes has become extra 25 minutes. And then you continue. And at a point again, you begin to disobey. You see, and then you realized, oh God, I need help. You see, yes, help has come, but time is going. Then you are rerouted again. That's the help of the Holy Spirit. But you see, time is also going. You see, so you could delay your destiny fulfillment. You could delay getting to the end point. You could delay the actualization of your vision that you received from God as you continue to ignore the leading of the Spirit. You are doing yourself a disservice. So, what's the point relying on your understanding? Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Bible says God knows the end from the beginning. Abraham believed God. He did not consider the deadness of his body, not the deadness of Sarah's womb. You see, that guy was considering all of that for 25 years, wasting time. No more time wasted, so you can trust God. You can just drive on the instruction of the sat nav, even if you are going to your toilet. you know, that's funny. But always trust the sat nav. Keep the sat nav on all the time. Do not quench the spirit. Do not quench the spirit. Do not quench the spirit. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. In all thy ways, acknowledge him. In all thy ways, acknowledge him. In all your ways, acknowledge him. And he will direct your path straight to your vision, straight to your destination. Bye.